Welcome back to American Morning. The search for the man that they call Mini Madoff is over this morning. The feds caught up to Alan Stanford in Virginia and served him court papers. He's connected to an $8 billion fraud scheme. His alleged victims actually lined up outside of failed banks across the hemisphere yesterday, coming home empty-handed. Their accounts frozen and no money released. Can you just imagine what it must be like standing in line like that? Authorities say that no one but Stanford and the bank's chief financial officer even knows where this cash went. And apparently it was hard for a man who lived so large to disappear. CNN's Randy Kay has more on the alleged scam and how the feds eventually caught up to him.
John, Kieran, Alan Stanford's personal fortune was estimated at more than $2 billion. So why did this Texas mogul allegedly swindle investors out of billions more? His personal fortune was estimated at more than $2 billion. So why did this Texas mogul allegedly swindle investors out of billions more? The Securities and Exchange Commission accuses him of a scheme that promised, quote, improbable and unsubstantiated high interest rates. The commission says Stanford's bank also fabricated historical return data to prey on investors. Stanford boasted a unique investment strategy, which supposedly allowed for double-digit returns no matter the market. Outside Stanford's U.S. headquarters in Houston, investors shock.
I'm so just upset right now, I can't even talk about it.
Federal investigators have frozen the company's assets and hauled away boxes of documents. Investors around the world try to rescue their money, from Antigua to Venezuela to Mexico. As one SEC official put it, we are alleging a fraud of shocking magnitude that has spread its tentacles throughout the world. These former Stanford employees left the company in 2007 because they didn't like what they say they saw going on. What's allegedly going on at Stanford that didn't seem right to you?
Our clients were not receiving the returns that the literature says they were receiving. That was disturbing.
Are you surprised at all by the charges now against Stanford?
I'm shocked. I didn't realize the depth of the problems.
Both were interviewed by federal agents last year. So who was in charge of keeping Stanford's books? This tiny one-man firm in London. Just above a fish and chip shop is where Stanford's multi-billion-dollar portfolio was supposedly audited. Stanford liked to mix with politicians. This video on his company website shows him at last year's Democratic convention. He gave more than $200,000 to the Democrats' Congressional Campaign Committee last year. Of that money, Barack Obama got nearly $32,000, John McCain more than $28,000. Both have now given that money to charity. But in the last decade or so, Stanford and his businesses donated more than $2 million as political contributions. John, Kieran?
You can bet that a lot of people are going back through their files now saying, oh, where is that money?
Yeah, I mean, can you just imagine? I mean, people actually flew to Antigua and other places waiting in line at these banks hoping to get their money back.
And the Prime Minister immediately says there's no reason to panic. And I heard that the other day and I thought, well, does he really know?
Exactly.
Because maybe there is reason to panic.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a quick break. It's 15 minutes after the hour.